Hello and welcome back. This is Insti and I'm continuing playing Agatha Christie's Evil Under the Sun. Last episode, well, finally murder happened. I think it's August 25th and late morning and there is already a dead person. But obviously Poirot doesn't know it yet, but we will find out soon enough. Also, we fixed the car and find out some different things about what was them? Parson. Was it the Parson? Yes. There were some interesting things about the Gideon Fell, which is interesting if the Gideon Fell is indeed the one who murdered Millie Parsons, as it would seem like it, then who is he? As it seems that there are a few people from the area, and at the moment they haven't told anything that would point towards a certain person who would be that Fell person. Linda Marshall definitely hasn't said anything about it. Stephen Lane, the clergyman, well, Stephen Lane is not something we would really need to. Well, he might keep it quiet anyways. Who was the lady? Can't remember, because it's annoying because you don't talk with everyone all the time, so you forget who they are. Brewster? Was it the Brewster? Yes, Brewster. Even she hasn't noted who would be the Fell person. So that basically he has to be one of these guys. He could be almost anyone. But I would say it's not any of the staff persons. It's definitely one of the quests. I would say so. But yes, make your way to the scene of the murder. That would be interesting because we are not using the ladder. Well, actually we might be using the ladders. By the way, what is that? Luminescent coat. Oh right, yes. We finally noticed that somebody's playing a ghost. I'll check if there's anything I need from here. I'm guessing no. I have no idea how much I have this. How much do I have this? I left this game. Can't even speak anymore. That's nothing new, obviously. That's happening quite a lot for me. I might as well go and check this area and use the binoculars so I don't. If there's something that.
These are the binoculars, most splendid.
So if there's something I need to see to move forward the timeline, I have done it.
These are the binoculars.
But yes.
These are the
And I'm guessing we are not seeing anything. But at least we are thorough. But yeah, I'm guessing this episode will be quite a lot of, again, talking with people after we find the body, because obviously everybody needs to tell me where they were, and at least one of them is lying, definitely. That's how this thing works usually.
Oh, sir. Sir, it's terrible.
Oh. Yeah, I might have wanted to chat with you a little bit. Anyone in here? No. And yes, we probably know that Linda was the person who was sending those.
Oh, Monsieur Poirot. I'm sorry, my nerves.
Madame, has something happened?
Don't you know? The police have been here for an hour at least.
The police?
In Cutter's Cove. It's Mrs. Marshall. She's been murdered. Please. Please excuse me.
You're excused. But yeah, Linda Marshall is the one who was sending most likely those letters, because she
It.
doesn't.
God.
Yeah.
No. These codes are common enough. We will.
Okay. Nothing new. I'm guessing nothing on the table either. Because apparently she doesn't like her stepmother. Well, that's a moot point at the moment. What was the thing the other person said? That somebody threw something. That might be interesting to know also. There's no one in here. Where can I get to the other side? Let's go out from here. Because I would like to know if something was thrown, that if I might find it. But I wasn't certain where it was thrown, and I don't see anything around here. At least not for now. I'll go check if there's something in here. Nothing. I don't think we need to go inside there at the moment, but I'll...
Poirot will not be waiting.
Okay, yes, we are not waiting. And yes, I do remember we have that map option in Poirot's room. Let's talk to these.
Please, not now, Monsieur Poirot. My wife is too distraught to speak.
Well, you have to open your mouth later.
Please leave.
Okay. Fine.
Mr. Poirot, there you are.
Mademoiselle, what has occurred?
It's Mrs. Marshall. Mr. Redfern and I found her in Cutter's Cove. She's been strangled.
Okay. Oh, it's just up there. Okay.
Mademoiselle, may I ask you a question?
Certainly.
Yeah, I definitely need to take the boat.
Can you row me to Cutter's Cove?
Mr. Poirot, after your efforts to find Millie's killer, I'll row you any time you like. You need only ask me. Climb in.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. I'm trying to think how it went in Blackadder. Buckle open, trousers down, ain't life a dream. Huh. I think it was in the season of Blackadder where they were in the First World War. I think it was the fourth season. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, Poirot doesn't climb those stairs.
Poirot, at last. Listen, you know how strapped I am right now with the evacuation, the Home Guard, and now fifth columnists. If you could leave the investigation, I would be in your debt.
I will help in any way I can, my friend.
Thank you. You just missed Dr. Neaston, the coroner. My men have done a cursory search of the cove. We'll be back shortly to collect the remains and with equipment to do a better job.
Okay.
Who called you?
George Strum, bathing beach attendant, showed up on my doorstep. Miss Brewster sent him. As luck would have it, Neaston was with me, so we came right over.
Well, that was a bit lucky.
What could Dr. Niston tell you about the time of death?
He put the time of the murder at somewhere between 11:15 and 12:20, just before Redfern and Miss Brewster showed up.
The cause of death was strangulation?
Oh yes, no doubt about that. The handprints are very clear on the neck. Neasden may be able to tell us more after the autopsy, but it's pretty clear a very strong pair of hands did that to her. That's all I have for now. Poirot, I hate to drop this thing in your lap like this.
Do not concern yourself, my friend.
Look around all you like. Make sure everyone knows you speak with my authority. I'll do a background check on everyone on the island. I should have a report for you at the police station later this afternoon.
Thank you, Colonel.
Okay, I'm guessing this late morning, I think, is where we are finding out where everybody was and every evidence we can find, and then the second part is when we get the information. But anyways, what did we okay, answer Western alibi in Lethercombe Bay. Okay, that's interesting to know. And do we have no, we don't have the no. Can I talk to you?
I really can't talk now, Poirot.
Apparently no. Can I check the body?
Elena's coffee flask.
Okay.
Hello, something was dumped here. What does it smell like, Poirot?
Coffee.
Interesting. Dumped coffee. Why? Well, it could be totally innocent thing. I'll see if anything else pops up when I'm checking the area.
Hello, some...
Coffee.
Okay, and
You aren't going to look at her face, are you?
The investigator of murder cannot be squeamish, Hastings.
Still, if you assure me of the facts, there isn't any real need, is there?
As you wish. I state categorically that Mrs. Marshall was strangled to death by a very powerful pair of hands.
okay, and anything else?
Mrs. Marshall was
So powerful hands.
Mrs. Marshall.
Um,
This is certainly significant.
huge hat. Apparently it's significant. Anything else?
This is...
Okay, I think we're done here. Can I check this? Well, I hopefully it's not actually climbing it. I just... Oh, what is there? Broken pipe. And there's something also, but I'm guessing we are not climbing this up.
Poirot will not be climbing up the ladder.
Yes, definitely not.
Older ladder that has collapsed. I wonder if anyone was climbing it at the time.
Hopefully not. And we can't see anything else, but let's see if we can talk to him.
What? Oh, Poirot.
May I put to you some questions, Monsieur Redfern?
Okay, Redfern.
How did you and Mademoiselle Brewster come to be rowing together?
I asked Miss Brewster if I could join her.
Why did you do that? Monsieur Redfern, there is no longer the luxury of playing the little games. Now is the time for truth.
Elena and I were accustomed to swimming together each morning. When I didn't see her on the beach, I went looking for her. She wasn't up at the hotel. I saw Miss Brewster getting the rowboat ready. That's when I got the idea that if we rowed around the island, I might find her, Elena. I offered to row first. We set off.
Okay.
What time did you arrive here?
Sometime before 12. I don't know exactly.
sometime before 12.
Tell me what you thought when you saw Mrs. Marshall.
Well, I was put out, if you must know. I couldn't understand why she hadn't left me. I couldn't understand it at all. I rode for the beach. I wanted to find out what she was doing.
What happened after their boat beached?
I called out to her, but she didn't answer. She just lay there. I went over to her. There was something strange. She was so still. I knelt beside her, touched her hand, then her arm. She didn't react at all. Then I lifted her hat. My God, her face, Poirot. It was dark, mottled. There was marks, handprints on her neck.
Steady.
I'm sorry. She was so beautiful. How could anyone spoil that?
Interesting coin phrase, anyways.
Who went for her?
Miss Brewster, I had this idea. I wanted to protect Elena. It's stupid, I know. She was beyond anyone's protection. I sat near her, then couldn't take that anymore, and came over here and waited until the police arrived.
Is there anything you saw or thought that might help us?
I'm sorry. Let me think.
Take your time.
There was one thing. I heard a noise while I was still over near Elena.
What was it?
A clatter on the rocks near the ladder. Something falling. Not a rock, though. Something light.
I may have more questions for you later.
Okay, so he probably heard the pipe. That would at least make sense. So somebody was up there, saw something and dropped the pipe. If the pipe user, well, if we go with the stereotype, it's probably Major Montague Barry. On bait motive, if he couldn't have Arlena, nobody would. Alibi on baiting beach or in boat with Emily Brewster before discovery of body. Okay, but what I'm more interested, there's something over there. Ah, what is that?
Torn piece of green fabric. The same colour as Arlena Marshall's hat.
Interesting, green fabric. Same as Arlena's hat. So, nothing else, but there's definitely a cave. I think I'll try to be. Oh, this is a cozy little place. What is that?
A smashed bottle with a bit of fluid left in it.
And the fluid has the distinctive odor of an expensive perfume.
Broken perfume. Oh, what is that?
That mud looks like it was placed there deliberately. And there's something shiny underneath.
Then we probably want to do we use
I say, a six-sided metal receptacle hidden by the mud. The mud must have been applied fairly recently, and the metal looks shiny, almost new. And that shape, it reminds me of something. It's like the receptacle for a winch handle you find on the masts of some sailboats to winch the sail up and down.
So
I say,
we need
that shape.
so we need a winch handle, I'm guessing. Let's check this. This bit of fabric was taken from Cutter's Cave. Smashed remains of bottle. Any
Looks like a dart. The carving is quite old.
I'm guessing this will connect to the caves we already been in. Have I found everything? Well, we definitely have to come inside here again because, yeah, we need something to open with that, which is something that belongs to the sailboat. Now, anything else we can find from the beach? If not, then we talk to Brewster. No, I don't think there's anything, at least for now.
I would like to put to you the questions, if I may.
Of course.
A little while. And Brewster.
How did you and Monsieur Redfern come to be rowing together?
After you saw me at Rocky Bar, I changed and was about to set out on my morning row when Mr. Redfern asked if he could join me.
So yes, it was Redfern who wanted to join, yes.
What time did you arrive here?
We arrived on the beach at 11:45. We must have come in sight of the cove 5 minutes before that.
Alright, 11:45.
Tell me what you thought when you saw Mrs. Marshall.
Nothing at first. I assumed she was sunning herself.
And then?
Well, the first thing I noticed was she was lying as if she was sunbathing. But she was in the shade of the cliffs. Then, when Mr. Redfern called out and she didn't answer, that felt odd too. Once we were out of the boat, I could tell there was something unnatural in the way she was lying. Her arms.
Arms, you say?
What time was this?
He wanted to row right round the island, so I checked my watch. It was not quite 11:30.
Right.
Did Monsieur Redfern often accompany you?
No, this was the first time. If you ask me, he was looking for Mrs. Marshall. He volunteered to take the oars first.
Well, that checks out.
What happened after the boat beached?
Mr. Redfern and I approached Mrs. Marshall. I could see he thought the situation wasn't right as well. He knelt beside her, touched her hand, then her arm, then he started to lift her hat. He saw her face and cried out.
Who went for help?
I did. We both knew someone had to. I'm not the kind of woman who would ever admit to feeling fear, but I was secretly thankful when Mr. Redfern offered to stay with the body.
I understand perfectly, mademoiselle. You must have reproached yourself.
And,
Is there anything you saw or thought that might help us?
No, I don't believe so. Yes, there is something. She was strangled, just like Millie and the other woman, Alice Corrigan. 3 women strangled in South Devon within a few months of one another. Can that be just coincidence?
Anything is possible, mademoiselle. But I will agree that coincidence in this case seems highly unlikely. I may have more questions for you later.
Of course.
yes, we will definitely have more questions for people later, and definitely this is not a coincidence, because in Agatha Christie stories there usually are not coincidences. Well, there are some. Even in this story is a few,
I may
but
have more questions for you.
Of course.
but not with the case of murder. Can I not leave? Can I talk to him? Anyone?
I'm afraid I need some time to...
Obviously, yes. Can I use these to check? No. Can I talk to you?
Give me a few minutes.
What am I missing? Because apparently I cannot leave yet.
I may have more...
Of course.
So that would suggest we are missing something. Can I No. Are last coffee flasks taken from the murder scene? Yes. Can we ask about it? No. Well, this is weird. Brewster, swimming at the rocky path, then rowing. Well, basically, Redfern and Brewster are giving an alibi for each other. And so unless both are lying, then I'm guessing we can believe what they were saying.
Poirot will not be climbing an older ladder that has
What am I missing? Do I need to go and check the map now? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I check. Perform thorough investigation of the murder scene. So I'm missing something. Yes, definitely missing something. And before we do that, I am not allowed to leave. What am I missing? That is the question.
Looks like a dart.
Can I use my... Do I have a dot? No. There's nothing I can do with this. At least not for now. Or is there? Can I use this?
Does nothing strike you as odd about what you're doing?
Well, a little bit, but I'm desperate. So... So I'm missing something. Maybe can I do something with the ribbon now? Because now that we found
This is
now that we found the ribbon from the cave. Do I? No, I can't.
confess that your logic, it escapes me.
Do we use scissors? Do I want a piece?
I'll just snip a piece of the fabric from the hat.
Okay, so now we have fabric from what's cut from Alena's hat. This bit of fabric was taken from Cutter's cave. Okay. What else? So we're done with this.
Mrs. Marshall was
Can I?
Give me a few minutes, would you, Poirot?
Nothing.
I'm afraid I need some time to myself.
I don't know. I think I have everything. Maybe. Maybe it was the ribbon I needed.
roll me back to the bathing
Ah.
beach.
Of course. Would you like to leave now?
Yes, because apparently I am not able to do anything at the moment.
Yes, thank you.
So it was the ribbon that I was missing. Okay, and nothing new at the moment. I'll check if there's something that has changed in here. No. So what am I going to do now is start to go around the island and see if I see anyone and talk to them. Because obviously we need to talk to people and make sure. Well,
What are you?
yeah, we are not going down. I'll start from the farthest point, so right over here. Hello.
Hello, Monsieur Poirot. I'm sorry. I know I should have stayed at the hotel, but I had to get away.
It is of no matter, mademoiselle. I knew I should find you here. May I ask the questions?
Yes.
Can you tell me how you spent the morning?
After breakfast, I came here to Sanctuary Cove with Christine, Mrs. Redfern.
Okay. Yes, you did.
When was that?
We started off from my room just before the half hour. 10:25.
10:25. Okay.
What did you do when you got here?
I swam, then sunbathed, while Christine sketched the gully moors. Then later I went back in for a bathe, and Christine went back to the hotel to get changed for tennis.
Interesting. What was... Well, hopefully you will tell me the time.
Did you like your stepmother, mademoiselle?
Oh yes, Arlena was kind to me.
Right.
Did your father and your stepmother ever quarrel?
Oh no, Father doesn't quarrel with people. He's not like that at all.
Have you any idea who might have wanted to kill your stepmother?
Well, I hate to say it, but Mrs. Redfern might want to. Her husband was in love with Arlena after all. Not that I think she would really want to kill her. I mean, she'd just feel that she wished she was dead. Monsieur Poirot, that isn't the same thing at all, is it?
No, it is not at all the same.
Yeah, what was the time?
What time was it that Mrs. Redfern left you?
11:45.
Are you sure of that time?
Oh yes, she asked me. She didn't want to miss her tennis game. I looked at my watch. It was 11:45. It keeps very good time. I know I can't show you now. I left it in my room when I changed after bathing.
Okay.
When did you return to the hotel?
Just about 1 o'clock. And then I heard about Arlena.
Okay, you heard.
You filled a prescription for your stepmother today?
What? Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Just a while ago. Trinol.
And where is the Trianol now?
I put it in her room. There are evil people in the world. They need to be punished. But Mrs. Redfern isn't evil. I don't want her to get into trouble. She loves her husband, that's all. Don't you think?
I think she loves him very much. Oui, mademoiselle.
Look here, Poirot. There are quite a few more things we should be asking her. She clearly wasn't telling the truth about her feelings for Arlena, or about her father and Arlena never fighting.
Hastings, that is a very troubled child. I think it would be very unwise to press her. Besides, there is still more we need to discover about the events at Miss Potter's school for the young ladies.
And basically, yes, obviously she has a lot to tell to us, but we already know quite a lot. But she definitely didn't kill her. That much
No,
is true.
Hastings.
I'll check if there's anything in here. We probably cannot.
May know my friend Hastings.
Yeah. Not yet. Obviously, she is lying a little bit and leaving things. Wait a minute. Did I? No, that's nothing there. Okay. But again, I can almost certainly say she didn't do it. Anyone in here? Hello.
Do not disturb him, Hastings. We may be able to take advantage of his absence from the beach.
Wait, what? What do we need from the beach we haven't had already? Maybe it's something that we need to do later. Can I talk to you now?
May I have a word with you?
Colonel Weston told us to cooperate with you, Mr. Poirot, and of course we will, in any way we can. But this has been a very bad shock to me, and Mr. Gardner's always very, very careful of my health. Isn't that so, Oakley?
Yes, darling. Mrs. Gardner is very sensitive.
I appreciate you speaking with me.
Okay, so Cardenas.
You spent the morning here, overlooking the beach?
Yes, we did. And not the slightest idea in our minds of what was happening just around the corner in that little cove.
And you were here the entire time?
Yes, both of us. From nearly 10:25, until Oakley went to play tennis at 12. Isn't that right, Oakley?
Well, not exactly. I did run off to fetch your purple wool, if you'll remember. That was around 11 by the hotel clock. It took quite a few minutes to find it, I'm afraid. 15 minutes, possibly 20.
No more than 10 minutes, surely. I barely missed you.
Methinks she protests too much, Poirot. What is she frightened of?
It is a question we must learn the answer to, my friend.
Okay.
Did you see Madame Marshall at all today?
We? But that is to say, no. I said to Oakley, why, wherever can she have got to this morning? First her husband comes looking for her, and then that good-looking young man, Mr. Redfern. I always wondered, why must he go running after that woman when he has that nice, pretty wife, all of his own, didn't I, Oakley?
Yes, darling.
She can babble all she likes, but I heard that hesitation, Poirot.
Did you notice anything that might have a bearing upon the case?
Why, no, I don't think so. Just that she was always around with young Redfern. Anyone can tell you that.
Did her husband mind, do you think?
Captain Marshall is a very reserved man.
That is all the questions I have for the moment.
We're devastated. We know nothing that could help. Aren't we, Oakley?
Yes, darling.
Okay. I'm guessing there's no one in here at the moment. No. So we are going back to the hotel and see what we can find from there. Let's see if I can enter the rooms now. Let's start from here. Alena Stewart's room.
No. Latched?
So do I really need to... Hello? Can I have the key to...
Mademoiselle?
Mr. Poirot, you gave me such a start. I'm all nerves.
Is all well, mademoiselle?
What were you doing in your bath yesterday? It was such a mess. It took forever to clean it up.
It is a little hard to explain that...
Well, never you mind. I took care of it. It's my job.
How are things between you and Monsieur Wiljenks?
Mr. Poirot, the Marshall girl told me that there is nothing between her and my will. Everything's patched up.
I am so glad.
She also told me that you had a hand in clearing up that mystery. If you need a helping hand in this horrible murder case, you just let me know.
Can I have the keys, please?
Pardon me, sir. I really cannot talk at the moment.
Well, okay then.
No. Quite secure.
Okay, it starts to seem like I cannot enter these rooms.
No. Quite secure.
But there are things I would like to check if I can. Well, I'll be...
Latched tight. Quite secure.
Yeah, I'm guessing we cannot enter any of these rooms from the inside,
The
so
door.
I have to do this from the outside and see if I can
Latched.
find something interesting. Okay. So let's start with this.
Quite securely locked, I am afraid.
Well, that's not nice. I want to enter these rooms.
Latched.
Okay, you are... Ah, Redford.
The door.
Hello.
May I put to you some questions, mademoiselle?
Of course, I'll do anything I can to help.
So, movements.
Could you please tell me of your movements this morning?
I had breakfast shortly after 9, say 10 past. Then I collected my book, spoke with you in the lobby briefly, and went to read at the ledgers. That must have been about 25 past 10. I came back to the hotel about 10 minutes to 12, got my tennis racket and played until about 1.
From about 10:30 until 20 minutes of 12, you were at the ledges and never left there during that time?
Not entirely. At about 11, I went back to my room to fetch my sun hat. I saw Kenneth Marshall typing in his room.
Indeed. From the hall, perhaps? Or the balcony?
The hall. His door was slightly ajar.
Interesting.
Did you see Madame Marshall this morning?
No.
You did not see her as she paddled her float round to Cutter's Cove?
No, she must have gone before I got there.
Did you see anyone at all on a float or in a boat?
At the ledgers? Possibly Mr. Blatt. At least I think it was his boat. It had a white sail, though.
You didn't see Monsieur Redfern and Mademoiselle Brewster when they rode past?
No, I don't think I did. You see, I was reading, only glancing up occasionally.
Well, that's probable, yes.
Did anyone pass you on the path?
I was on the lower ledge. Unless someone had called out to me, I doubt I would have noticed them.
Okay.
You were, I think, acquainted with Captain Marshall?
He is an old family friend. We grew up next door to one another, although I had not seen him for a good many years. It must be nearly 12.
Oh, that's interesting.
Were the Marshalls on good terms with one another?
On perfectly good terms, I should say.
Monsieur Marshall, he was very devoted to his wife?
Ken, Mr. Marshall, is rather old-fashioned. He hasn't got the modern habit of shouting matrimonial woes upon the housetop.
Right.
Did you like Madame Marshall?
No.
Why was that?
She was bored to death with women and showed it. On the other hand, men were a very different story.
Do you think her husband was aware of her interests in that line?
I think that he accepted his wife quite frankly for what she was. He had no illusions about her. But I could be wrong.
Interesting character.
Do you know of anyone with a grudge against Madame Marshall?
Only wives. But since she was strangled, I presume that it was a man who killed her.
Mademoiselle, may I ask a favor of you?
You found my typewriter, Monsieur Poirot. I am in your debt.
What would you have me ask, Hastings?
Okay, how much do you usually charge for a frock for a young lady? Could you compare some pieces of fabric for me? Are you a strong swimmer? Good day. Well, that's interesting. Wasn't she a famous dressmaker? Well, to be honest, I'm guessing we ask for the fabrics, comparing the fabrics. That would make more sense. I don't know what we would do with her swimming.
Could you compare some pieces of fabric for me?
I would be happy to. Fabric is something I know quite a bit about.
Merci. The perfect favor to ask. You are learning to exercise their little grey cells with great skill. It would seem the obvious request.
This cut piece is fine silk. From a lady's hat, I would say. The torn bit is rayon, inexpertly dyed.
Many thanks, mademoiselle. I thank you for your cooperation.
Okay. So the fabric is from some other piece of cloth. Can I... So this is something else, okay. Do we need...
Please leave me alone for the moment.
Oh, okay.
Please don't.
No, yes, I'm leaving. Hello there, Mrs. Redfern.
You were right, Monsieur Poirot, weren't you?
Madame?
You asked me to have patience, and now Arlena has been removed from the picture.
Perhaps. But the manner of her removal is not something to celebrate, I think.
Oh, I'm not celebrating, I'm not that callous. But I do know that eventually that door will open, and it will be my husband standing there.
If you could give me an account of your movements this morning?
Of course. Let me see. On my way down to breakfast, I stopped in to see Linda Marshall and fixed up with her to go to Sanctuary Cove. That was about 9:40. After breakfast, I saw you in the lobby. I sketched that man for you at about 20 past 10.
Again, my thanks.
Then Linda and I set out for Sanctuary Cove.
Okay, and the time?
What time was that?
I think it was just on 10:30.
Okay.
What did you do at Sanctuary Cove?
I made some sketches of the birds, while Linda swam and sunbathed. Have you seen them walk, Monsieur Poirot? Quite reminded me.
Ha! We will not dwell upon the birds, madame, if you don't mind.
As you wish.
Was she suggesting that their walking quite reminded about Poirot's pacing? At least Hastings' reaction would insinuate in that way.
What time did you leave?
At 11:45. I was playing tennis at 12 with Miss Darnley, Mr. Marshall, and Mr. Gardner.
How did you know the time?
Linda had a watch. I asked her.
I see. And then?
I packed up my sketching things and went back to the hotel.
Okay.
What was Mademoiselle Linda doing when you left the beach?
Oh, Linda went into the sea again.
Did Linda Marshall actually enter the sea before you left the beach?
Yes. Oh, yes, she ran down the beach. I heard her splashing in the waves as I climbed the path.
Okay, and anything else?
What happened after you went back to the hotel?
I changed into my tennis things and went to the tennis court where I met the others. We played 2 sets and were just going in when the news came about Mrs. Marshall.
How did you feel when you learned of Madame Marshall?
It was a horrible thing to happen.
Yes, but you were so very surprised?
I think I see what you mean. No, I was not perhaps surprised. Shocked, yes. But she was the kind of woman.
She was the kind of woman to whom such a thing might happen. Yes, madame. That is the truest and most significant thing that has been said to Poirot today.
So, I guess we're not allowed to look into there.
No, no.
The door will not budge. I... where's the manager? Oh! Well, speak of the devil.
Madame Castle.
Mr. Poirot, Colonel Weston has informed me that I am to give you my full cooperation. He suggested that I allow you access to whatever you need in the hotel, no matter how private.
I hope that does not distress you unduly, madame.
Well, my duty to the owners, but I have little choice. Here is the master key. This will unlock any door in the hotel.
Merci, madame.
Well, that's nice. And movements.
Can you account for your movements between 11:15 and 12 this morning?
Well, from 10 o'clock till 11:15, I was seeing to it the staff were all performing their duties. Then that the dining room was cleared and made ready for luncheon. That was until noon. It was a very ordinary morning, and until...
Quite so.
Until it wasn't.
Did you notice any of the guests behaving unusually?
Let me think. Mr. Redfern seemed agitated, underfoot, asking if anyone had seen Mrs. Marshall.
What time was this?
Between 10 and 10:30, I would say.
Okay.
Tell me about the sandwiches and flasks of coffee prepared for the guests this morning.
Mr. Lane asked for sandwiches and coffee. He was planning on hiking, I believe. Mrs. Marshall asked for coffee only. Those were the only requests this morning.
How early are they put out on the table in the dining room?
Directly after breakfast. No later than 9:30. I wonder if you would excuse me. This has quite unsettled me, I'm afraid.
Of course, madame.
She's rattled by more than the murder.
You are correct, Hastings. The idea that I would have access to anything here in the hotel obviously includes the contents of her safe.
Think she'll do a bunk?
If she makes the... what was it you said?
Think she'll try to sneak away?
Oh, yes indeed. It is good that Colonel Weston is prepared to have her followed.
Yeah, obviously she's a little worried if she's a spy, but now we have the key. Do we have any... Rosamund Darnley reading at the ledges? Well, not a great alibi, so it would probably be in love with Kenneth Marshall. Oh, right, this is motive, which it could be, obviously, yes. The question is it? But yeah, that would be a motive. Gary Cardona, non-hobbies, knitting at the lawn chairs. Sitting at the lawn chairs and looking for yarn. Retired, yes. Marshall, Sanctuary Go with Christine Redfern. And Sanctuary Go with Linda Marshall. Yes, they are giving each other an alibi. Attending their duties at the hotel. Okay. Test various substances that may relate to the murder. Well, we are not testing anything at the moment because we are going back to upstairs and finally start going through the rummage through the rooms. We start here.
The good detective knows even the most...
Where's the... Can I not open this? Oh, it works automatically. Great.
Poirot approves of the symmetry.
Well, it is nice. Is there anything over there? No.
Believe me when I tell you, Hastings, there was nothing of interest in those drawers.
Okay, so we are not checking those.
Believe me when I tell...
Well, what is that then?
This may be important. I'll keep it in my notebook.
So let's check what we just picked up. Documents, Millie Parsons' letter. Dear Emily, it is a harsh world we find ourselves in, isn't it? I think only when I dance can I put its cares from me. You have given me that escape and so much more. I can't tell you how much your friendship means to me. Love, Millie. Okay.
Poirot approved.
So that is only thing we find in here, I think.
Believe me when...
Yeah, we are not checking those drawers, and symmetry is nice, so we can leave. And what about here? Ah. Okay. Can I do it like this? Do I need to... No, I don't need to turn these around, so that's good. So is this up or down? Let's check. Well, it's obviously down because these are up. I'll start to put pieces around the areas where... Oh no, where they should be. Obviously they will be in wrong places, but at least we have some semblance of order, and this is not here, this is over here somewhere. And this is totally wrong. Ah, yes, forward to. Production. So that's definitely correct, but I'm just making different tests. No. Okay. Monster. Well, this is problematic. This definitely doesn't work. Maybe this. No. Oh, no. It seems like... No, I don't know. Maybe... No, there has to be that part, I'm guessing. To be... The way thing this seems like okay, but I'm not certain. And I hate this. I'm missing something. I'm definitely missing something. And is this on the wrong side? Aha. So sure you will. Okay, yes, sure you. So this should be in the right place. So this should be also correct. So what is wrong? Oh, I need to change this place.
This document bears further study. I will keep it in my notebook.
That was a little horrible. The problem is because basically because the font was a little off. And I mixed so much about it, so yeah, that make it a little harder than usual. And I should have been more careful when I was changing the places. I probably had a few of them in correct places and then changed the wrong places. But anyways, letter of regret. Mr. Gardener, I cannot tell you how much I looked forward to playing, because Irina. Oh, yeah, I hate that I, because in that I read it as a D. Irina, in your production of Anton Chekhov's marvelous Three Sisters. You see, this is the problem, because I can't really make out of it. I'm sure your little treat theater, obviously. Two this should be higher. Theater would have mounted a magnificent production equal to play of that stage stature. Unfortunately, a personal emergency has arisen that forces me to travel immediately to the United States. Personal emergency starring in American film, and to remain there during the months we plan to be in rehearsal. So I must withdraw from your production. I am devastated to disappoint you, but really I must see to this personal matter. I'm sure you will forgive me. I hope we will have an opportunity to work with one another at some future time. Devotedly, Arlena Marshall. Yeah, but obviously that's definitely made it's hard to make out.
Believe me when I tell you, Hastings.
To make it more challenging, at least for me.
Interesting. I'll put it in my notebook.
Okay, yes. What do you have in your notebook? Come on. Handbill. Anton Chekhov's Three Sisters, starring Alena Stewart. Polish production. Yes, there's a good motive for murder. Most definitely. I think we have everything we need from here.
This room belongs to Mr. Blatt.
Okay. Good to know. Can I open... Oh.
Quite interesting.
So...
I say, what caused that oily spot?
My nose tells me it is some kind of oil. A test would determine it more precisely.
Okay, we need a test, but how do we do that? Do I have anything I can? Blank typing paper?
I will not do that.
So we need...
I confess that your logic...
Yes, I just want the paper out of my selection. Cough syrup, pot varnish. I don't really know what am I supposed to do with that.
That will do quite well.
Oh, apparently whatever we did. So spatula worked when scissors didn't. Okay.
I say,
my nose tells me it is some kind of oil. A test would...
Okay. Fine. I guess we use the spatula.
Ah, beautiful and without clutter.
Unlike my tables. But I do enjoy more...
They are blackout curtains, although at the moment they are not drawn.
Yeah, I was just...
They are black.
Okay, so I'm guessing there's nothing over there. And, no, we're...
Ah,
Okay. I'm guessing that oil was most important thing.
If I remember correctly, this must be Stephen Lane's room.
You remember exactly. This is Stephen Lane's room.
Although I am sure that this sight would amuse you, Hastings, Poirot will not engage in such activities. Although I am sure that this sight would amuse you, Hastings, Poirot will not engage in such activities for the duration of this tale.
Well, that's interesting. You're not saying that when we're in your toilet, but you're saying when you're in Lane's toilet. Anything else we can check from here?
My dear Hastings,
Okay, we should have everything we need. Anything new?
A Bible, Poirot.
not so unlikely a thing to find in the room of a former clergyman?
Revelation 2. Thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. Now,
Okay.
why would he have that particular passage open?
We already have discussed this. Oh, was there something on the... No. After all, what he's been talking, it shouldn't surprise that... Oh, that's my room. I might be a little tired also. I'll start with Arlena Stewart and move up from
This
there.
room belongs to the beautiful Arlena Stewart, Marshal.
Thank you, Hastings. Late.
I say, old man, are we looking for anything in particular in here?
We are indeed, Hastings. We look for that which is not here.
Oh, that's a big help.
Hastings, we are trying to solve murder.
Arlena Marshal's most delightful and expensive perfume. It is the same as that which we found in the cave.
Interesting. So we have one in K, one in here. Well, okay. What was the...
Looks like ordinary bath salts. Poirot, open the lid.
I cannot, Hastings. The lid, it is screwed on most tightly.
Okay, we have a bottle of bath salts and unmarked bottle. There are some thing in there, but I can't seem tight. Okay.
There are red hairs caught in the bristles. No mistaking that color.
And Erlena's hairbrush taken from her bathroom. Okay. We apparently managed... Oh, right. Sample of hair. Hair taken from Arlena's hairbrush. That's fine. What could I use to open these? Well, I wonder that later. Let's just go through these rooms for now. Oh, there was the... Go back. No, we can't check the trash can. I'll check these rooms, and after that I probably end this episode.
I'll just put this in my notebook.
Okay, let's take that also so I can read them both at the same time.
This looks important. I will keep it in my notebook.
Believe me when I tell you.
Okay. J and letter. Darling Arlena, God, I feel blue. I didn't know any man could go on feeling crazy about a woman like I feel about you. Ranks for the check. Wait, what? Thanks for the check. They won't prosecute now. It was a near shave though, and all because I wanted to make big money for you. Can you forgive me? Don't forget me, but you won't. I know. Okay. You're mine always. One day I'll prove it to you. One day when you least expect it, there I'll be. Until then, think of me. Your IN. It's the same as similar handwriting as the Alena's. What was the N? Right. Mr. North? Oh, JN. JN or IN? I don't know anymore. What else? Redfern's letter. Arla, do you know what you... When... Can I not read those? Dearest Arlena, you say I'm foolish to write such letters. I say I would be foolish not to, and besides, I have no choice. I must write. I must let the words flow to you. Whether you choose to drink from the well of my passion or not, that is up to you, but still the words must flow. Last night was Ratchet Night, please. While the lights mirrored ball played. Jesus, Redfern, you seriously have a problem. Right. So we have people obsessed with her. That's given. Kenneth Marshall.
Forgive the intrusion, Captain Marshall. My condolences. Forgive me, but I must impose upon you.
Carry on.
Poirot, I just saw a shadow by the balcony door. I think someone is out there listening.
Ah, well, we will let them listen, I think.
Okay.
Mrs. Marshall was your second wife?
Yes,
You have been married how long?
just over 2 years.
The marriage? It was a happy one?
Certainly.
Oh, certainly, yes.
Have you any idea who might have killed your wife?
None whatever.
Had she any enemies?
Possibly.
I say.
Oh?
Don't misunderstand me. Arlena was an actress. She was also a good-looking woman. She aroused a certain amount of jealousy, envy, hatred, malice.
From men as well as women?
Mostly women.
Okay.
Was Mrs. Marshall previously acquainted with anyone in this hotel?
I believe she had met Mr. Redfern before, at some cocktail party.
How did you spend your time this morning?
I breakfasted downstairs at 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. After that, I went down to the bathing beach where I saw you. I had a quick bathe. Let me see. At about 20 minutes to 11, I returned here to type some letters. I typed until 10 minutes to 12. I then changed into tennis kit as I had a date to play tennis at 12.
Who else played the tennis?
Mrs. Redfern, Miss Darnley, and Mr. Gardner. I went down at 12 o'clock. Miss Darnley was there. Mr. Gardner and Mrs. Redfern arrived a few minutes later. We played for about an hour. Just as we came into the hotel afterwards, I got the news.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
9 o'clock. She was in her room opening her letters.
What was her manner? Unusual at all?
No, perfectly normal.
Did she mention at all what were the contents of the letters?
No.
Okay, so basically what he's saying is quite right, maybe?
You did not, pardon me, object to your wife's friendship with Monsieur Redfern?
I wasn't in the habit of criticizing my wife's conduct.
You did not protest or object in any way?
Certainly not.
Packet of lies. We overheard them arguing.
Appearances, mon ami Hastings. Appearances.
You will not deny then that Monsieur Redfern admired your wife?
He probably did. Most men did. She was a very beautiful woman.
You were persuaded there was nothing personal in the affair?
I never thought about it.
Utter rot.
Did your wife leave a will?
You know, I'm not sure.
Her solicitors?
Barkit and Applegood, Bedford Square. They handled all of her business affairs.
Was she well off?
Well, yes, her career was very successful, as I've told you. I would expect she was worth in the neighborhood of £50,000.
Then you would call your wife a rich woman?
I'll say.
I suppose she was, really. See here, Poirot. Aren't you getting a good way from the essentials of this business? What I believe or don't believe is surely not relevant to the plain fact of murder.
You do not comprehend, Captain Masher. There is no such thing as the plain fact of murder. Murder springs 9 times out of 10 out of the character and circumstances of the murdered person. Because the victim was the kind of person he or she was, therefore, was he or she murdered. Until we can comprehend fully and completely exactly what kind of person Arlena Marshall was, we shall not be able to see clearly exactly the kind of person who murdered her.
Was there anything else?
Not at present, thank you.
Feel free to nose around all you like. I need some air.
I shall, as you say, nose around. So,
This is certainly...
okay, didn't we check this typewriter already? But let's try again.
This is neither the time...
Okay, so no. Can we do anything over here? So let's check if we can see who's outside. Maybe she or he left who was outside, or then it was the Red Fern. Well, to be honest, you can't be sure with this game. So, Linda Marshall's room, let's check that.
That's a rather nasty-looking stick pin.
So, this stick pin has an unknown substance adhering to the shaft. That's why we need it.
I'd certainly like to see what Miss Marshall has stashed in there.
Can I?
And the combination to the box, it must be found. Trial and error will not open it.
Are those what's the word I'm looking for? Well, horoscopes are part of this. But anyways, we need to know how to open them. Signs. What is that?
More green fabric. From the ashes, it looks like quite a bit was burned here.
And there is something over there too. Ah, the clock.
Linda's watch. It agrees with yours exactly, Poirot.
Therefore the watch, it is correct to the second.
Linda's elegance watch. It appears to work fine. Okay. Anything else? Zodiac. That's the word I was looking for. Zodiac signs. So we have burnt hair, burnt piece of fabric. Oh no, I think that's connected to the her voodoo stuff she was trying to do. I'm just checking there's nothing else. So I'm guessing the hairs will be Arlena's hairs. But I don't know. Oh. But for now we can't open the... All right.
Could you examine some fabric for me, madame?
Let's see. This burnt fabric is rayon from the same piece as the torn fabric you showed me before.
Merci once more, mademoiselle.
Okay, so torn fabric was rayon. Burnt fabric, rayon, and hat was silk. Interesting. I think we...
We will not be searching Mademoiselle Darnley's room in front of her, Hastings. It is not done.
Okay, fine. It is not done. And Redfern's room, and let's start with Redfern's room. There's the suitcase. Actually, there's another suitcase also. There's something.
A rather touching photograph.
Poirot gives you a hint. You...
Okay. I thought there would be something more. So, well, maybe they do. Quite weird, actually. Is there something over there? No.
Mrs. Redfern's sketching supplies.
Okay, did she make sketches? Can I not take them? So is that it? Huh. Right. And Barry's room then.
I think this room belongs to Major Barry.
It certainly does. I guess...
I believe we've damaged Major Barry. I believe we've...
So we are not opening that. Oh. And those are the...
From the looks of these betting receipts, the Major is his bookmaker's best and unluckiest customer.
It starts to seem that I've studied everything I can in here. So next thing what I need to do... Can I talk to her?
Forgive me, sir, but I really...
Okay, you're not talking to me. I guess I need to go to the mainland. I'll go check the mainland for now, and probably end there. What I'm thinking is that I'll need to go and... was there something? No. Oh, by the way, have I checked if there's anyone over here? Okay. I don't see anything over here. No. Wrong way. Sorry about that. No, I don't think we need to go there at the moment.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
On me way. Is it true Mrs. Castle has seen U-boats off the island? I suppose it must be. She spends hours up in the tower at the hotel. The invasion must be near then, just as they say in all the papers. Colonel Weston has the Home Guard on the alert.
Well, that's good to know. Do we have any...
Not much could
What?
Not much could be done with that old skiff. The thing.
Okay. Anything inside here? Can I talk to you? Do you... Oh, the car is...
Hello again, Mr. Poirot. How can I help you?
I have a few matters to discuss only.
Ah,
What can you tell me of hotel guest movements this morning?
Well, let's see. Mr. Lane came across on the sea tractor fairly early this morning, about 8, I'd say, and set off on foot across the moor. He hasn't come back yet. Major Barry picked up his car, thanks again for repairing it, and drove off to Kingsbridge just before 10. Say, 10 minutes of... Major Black came in from sailing not too long ago and headed for the Monk's Head. I've seen no one else except the police and Dr. Needston coming and going. Colonel Weston went back to the police station, I think.
okay. And Mr. North.
Do you know Mr. North?
The day tripper gent with the binoculars?
That is he.
Haven't seen him today at all, but he has no trouble wading across the causeway on his own.
He has been visiting Seadrift Island often?
Every now and again over the past few months. Anything else I can help you with, Mr. Poirot? You did a bang-up job on that motor of Major Barry's.
Do you have the handle of the winch used for the raising and lowering of the sails?
No, but I can probably track one down for you. Come back later this afternoon.
Okay, that's good. So let's see. Let's talk to her. Can we...
What can I do for you, Mr. Poirot?
You have heard of the terrible tragedy?
The murder of that wonderful actress, Mrs. Marshall? Oh, yes.
I have been asked to investigate.
Well, I'm sure you'll clear it up as fast as you found my missing post.
Merci, madame. Did you see any of the hotel guests this morning?
Yes. Major Barry came in around 9:30. He wanted to use the phone. Then he declared it wasn't private enough for his needs and said he'd drive into Kingsbridge instead. What do you suppose was so private he couldn't call from here? It's not as if I'm one to gossip.
Of course not. Did you see anyone else?
Yes. That young stepdaughter of Mrs. Marshall's came in to refill a prescription for her.
What was the prescription?
A sedative. Trianol.
When was Mademoiselle Marshall here?
Why, it was only a little while ago. Right before I heard the news of the murder.
Hold on. Elena was well dead by that time.
Indeed, she had no more need of the sedatives. Thank you, Madame Hughes. That is all my questions.
Interesting. Can we use this? So, guess we are using...
Almost there.
Yes, we need the hairs to compare.
Hastings, this is important. Would you not agree?
Yes, it is, but it's definitely connected to the situation that she was making some voodoo magic. Oils and waxes.
The substance in Monsieur Black's suitcase is the oil for the protecting of a gun from rust, Hastings.
So he has a gun, most likely. Can we... drugs or cosmetics?
I am sorry, mon ami.
Okay, so it's drugs. Cosmetics, I mean.
The substance contained in the smashed bottle found in Cutter's Cove, it is perfume.
Interesting. So we have a perfume. Can I... food stuff?
I am sorry, mon.
Okay.
The substance in Elena's coffee, it is Trianol, a powerful sedative.
Well, that is curious. So somebody put sedatives in her coffee. What else we need to check? Do I need to check these? Oh, we have the bath salts, but I don't know if we need to check those at all. No, we are not checking the oil. Waxes.
The substance on the stick pin, it is candle wax.
Right, so she has used it on the candle. Can I do anything with this? No. And what about the clock? Or watch, I mean. Nothing. Huh. Right. What am I missing at the moment? Captain Kenneth Marshall. Typing letters in his room. Well, it would check out at the moment. Instructions. Send a telegram. Oh, right, yes. Test various substance. So we need to test something else also. Bath salts. But I can't open them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I need to something or someone to open the
Please, leave me alone for the moment.
bath salts. Hello there.
Hello, Poirot. Seems like the old place isn't so dull anymore.
No, it is not. Proceed with care, Hastings. We have need of Monsieur Blatt's assistance.
Okay.
Righto.
Where were you, quarter to 11? Can you shed a light on murder? I believe you lost your life ring buoy from your sailboat.
Where were you from a quarter to 11 and 20 of 12 this morning?
Easy. I put out in my yawl about 9, then spent the morning zipping up and down the bay. Just got back a few minutes after 1 and heard the news about the murder. Ghastly business.
Could you see Cutter's Cove from your boat?
Well, yes. I suppose I could have, but I wasn't looking, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Can you shed any light on the murder?
If I was looking for a suspect, I couldn't rule out that Mrs. Redfern. Jealousy, you know, led to trouble before this.
Yes, unfortunately, Madame Marshall was strangled by someone with powerful hands. That does not suggest Madame Redfern. Hastings, do you therefore rule out all women as suspects?
Of course. No woman would have the strength.
We will speak more of this in a moment.
And life buoy.
I believe you have lost a life ring buoy from your sailboat?
How did you know that?
I have found it. Your boat is called the Parsimony, is it not?
Why, yes, she is. A little joke of my competitors in the business world.
Hardware, was it? Do not press him, Hastings.
That's right. Listen, that boy's no good to me anymore. It was damaged in a storm. I've been trying to find another without much success. I even tried to beat Bagby at darts for the boy and his war, but I couldn't do it.
Perhaps I will try a game of the darts.
Good luck. He's the best player I've ever seen.
Okay, so can I now win the darts?
I'm afraid I...
Would he still play with...
Fancy a game, sir? Care to make a gentleman's wager?
Okay, so I guess I will win now.
I will play you for that life ring buoy on your wall.
Oh, very well. But it's worth 10 quid. Is it a bet?
£10 for a boy? That's highway robbery.
Only if he wins, Hastings.
My word is
10
exactly...
quid against the boy. You throw first.
Well played, Poirot.
So now I won. Unfortunately, the animation stays the same. Can I now give you the boy?
I have obtained the life ring buoy.
So that's mighty nice of you, Poirot. Anything I can do for you in return?
Do I need a compass?
Do you have the compass I might borrow?
Well, I guess I could let you use my compass. Not much use for it sailing around Leathercombe Bay. Mind you, return it though.
And handle? I'm guessing we will not get the handle.
Do you have the winch handle I might borrow?
Winch handle? From my sailboat? Not bloody likely. How would I haul my sails up and down? If you'll excuse me, Poirot, I have some business to attend to. Don't worry, I'll be around the hotel if you need me.
I'm not worried.
Poirot, do you think a woman could have strangled Elena?
In 1926 was the first woman to swim the English Channel. I believe she could strangle you with ease, especially if you asked such a nonsensical question.
Then we should put all the women on the island to the test. Somehow.
Very well.
Am I going to ask them to open the lids? Let's see. I'll talk to him once more and then I'll probably end this episode.
Poirot, any indications yet in Arlene and Marshall's murder?
Indications, yes, but there is still work to be done, Colonel.
Of course. How can I help?
Has the body been moved from Cutter's Cove?
Yes. Dr. Neasden is performing the autopsy right now in Kingsbridge.
Good.
Did your men uncover anything new from the murder scene?
No, nothing, I'm afraid.
Have you an answer from Scotland Yard on the sketch?
Yes, goes by the name of John North. Here's the report.
I will copy the important points into my notebook.
Nasty bit of goods there. Hate to hear he's in my district.
Have you the report on the Alice Corrigan case?
Here you are. As I said, it wasn't my district. Chief Constable in charge did all he could. Eventually turned it over to Scotland Yard. They have a couple of men on it, I believe.
Merci beaucoup. I will make the notes of my own.
Husband's alibi looks unbreakable, and there are no other real suspects.
Okay.
Do you have the background checks on the suspects?
Not yet, I'm afraid.
So that will come later.
Mrs. Castle is very nervous. She may attempt the escape.
We're ready to follow if she does.
Good.
I have here the letter, written to Elena, signed only J.N. Do you think you could have Scotland Yard ask among her acquaintances in London if they can identify this man?
J.N.? It's not much to go on. Do you have anything else?
This photograph of the red funds was taken by a Jimmy Nash, as you can see from the reverse side.
Yes.
I will
Interesting.
ask Monsieur Redfern if he knows Monsieur Nash, but please send it along to Scotland Yard as well. It may help.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know also that the photograph was taken by Jimmy Nash. Anyways.
Did Monsieur Blatt report to you that his boat had been fired upon?
I'll say not. When was this?
That I cannot tell you. He mentions an accident in the storm only.
What storm? We've had fair weather for weeks now.
Then why would he conceal such an attack?
I could bring him in for questioning.
Not just yet, please. Again, I would advise only to watch his movements should he leave Seadrift Island.
I'll inform my men.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, I'll leave the papers for next time, and we apparently need to go back to the island and make a test for the women and see how strong they are. My bets are on the one that the ballet teacher. Anyways, this is a little longer episode, and let's see if I can finish the game on the next episode or not. We have to see. I don't know how long this will take. The letter puzzle took me longer than I anticipated. And it seems like we still have few ways to go, but yeah, hard to say how far we are in the game. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.